Hey, what's up YouTube, and welcome to another great product spotlight video brought to you from Mount Baker Vapor. And today we're going to take a close look at a brand new product from Innokin that's just about to go live on our website, and it's something that I think a lot of you will be really excited about. It's a great beginner, intermediate, and advanced device, and it's from Innokin, so you know you're going to love it. I mean, what's not to love about their products? And what am I talking about? The Pocketmod from Innokin. Let's dive down and take a look. All right, and there she is, the Innokin Pocketmod. Our up-close look at this new product. Very nice little piece of packaging here. I gotta say that everything that I get from Innokin is always boxed up very nicely. I always enjoy all the goodies they pack in there. There's always tons of instructions, and all the products are already fairly simple and straightforward as far as their functionality, but still, I mean, you can never go wrong with a few instructions. And that's the first thing we see right out of the box. There's this little table tent. It looks to be for store purposes, but it's a great quick start guide. It shows you, it even says quick start guide. It shows you a complete breakdown of the whole unit itself. Cap, drip tip, top cap, the battery. It tells you what the battery life is rated at. We're gonna go over all that in just a minute. On and off function, and then if you flip it open, it even shows you how to replace the coils. Replacing the coils there. And tips and best practices. So yeah, I mean, it's just real handy. Always a good thing to have extra information. You can never be too educated about using your e-cigarette products. You always want to make sure that you know what you're doing, that way you don't hurt yourself. And inside we've got the unit itself. A nice, sleek, compact design. Very similar to the AIO, at least in my opinion. Just a little more durable, a little more rugged. And I really like that. Very discreet too. I mean, I love the cap. A lot of times people put stuff in their pockets and you're getting pocket lint and whatnot in there. And with this little cap here, which just pops right off, you do not. So it is an all-in-one device. You can see the tank and the tank window with a max fill line, built-in battery. Very, very nice looking little device there. And you also have an extra coil. It comes with both available coils. So if you're looking online for these coils, most of the time they are going to be labeled as slipstream coils, slipstream system coils. And that has to do with the way the airflow is designed specifically for this unit in correspondence with these coils. And I gotta say, they work really well. There is a 0.35 ohm option and a 1.2 option available for the ohm ratings, and both are fantastic. So you get one 0.35 coil pre-installed, and then you got the 1.2 coil in this very discreet little black packaging. You also get another drip tip, little black plastic drip tip. If you're looking for a little more restricted mouth to lung style, you don't like this wide bore drip tip, you got this guy here. I mean, it's got some nice little O-rings on there. Doesn't sit in there nice. But this drip tip right here has some beefy O-rings on it too, and it fits in there very, very snug. I mean, you really gotta love this. Like I said, it's an Ultim style, and it's just nice and snug. So if you want to use the 0.35 ohm coil and you want that wide bore drip tip, I mean, you're really getting good flavor and good vapor out of a device, but it's still compact. And I mean, that wasn't always the case in the past, in my opinion. A lot of times you sacrificed portability and size and battery life for flavor and vapor production, and this device, that doesn't really seem to be the case so far. So let's check out what else is in the box. Innokin is always known to kind of hook you up with a lot of extras in the box, and you can kind of see they did that. Comes with this little lanyard attachment here that secures through the top cap slot. You know, if you want that little attachment. And I'm not really sure what that's for, but I'm seeing it on a lot of devices. Maybe if you want to hook it onto your bag or your purse or your backpack, or if your wrist fits in there, maybe you can hold that on your wrist. But yeah, I mean, you know, try it out, you know, see how you like it. Not really for me, but maybe it's for you. Extra O-rings here. That was one thing I did notice. So originally when I started using my device that Innokin sent me to test out, like I said, this Ultim cap was fitting there very snug. But I did notice it wore out after a while. But that's okay, because you've got these extra beefy O-rings to throw on there and just redo it. And I mean, they do have a good life, but there's plenty of extras in there. You've also got a nice USB charging cable, which is going to plug into your wall adapter, and then right in here. And it does have a quick charge. I think mine has never taken any longer than 2 hours max to charge this 2,000 mAh battery, and that's always nice. It does have pass through as well, so you can use it while you're on the go, say in your car. You know, you never got to be without your little vape there. We get some little Innokin stickers and an Innokin warning and safety guide. And I've been through this a couple times, and I'm not sure if I'm just not looking in the right spot, but this looks like this might be for international use, because it's not in English. At least I don't think it's in English. It doesn't look like English. Battery care guide. Pretty standard in most of these setups that you get nowadays. Battery safety is important. And customer information, product information, warranty card, some QR codes on the back. And I mean, maybe I'm biased. I love Innokin products. I mean, I've been a fan of them for years now. They always make good stuff, but the one thing that I like is they stand behind their products. So I mean, with that warranty card, you can contact the manufacturer, and something's wrong with your device, they're going to get you a brand new device. I mean, no questions asked. It's pretty great. Yeah, so that's all the goodies that come in the box. Let's go ahead and take a closer look at the mod and break it down a little bit. Like I said, it's going to come with this protective cap, which is nice if you're throwing it in a bag or in your pocket. It is a snug fit. You got to snap it on. But once it's on, it's secure, and it needs to be secure, because if you're using this little lanyard attachment, you know, you don't want that falling off and your mod falling on the ground, and you know, now you got to buy another one. Although this thing could really take a beating. I mean, it's solid, lightweight, but it is good, solid construction. Cap pops right off. Nice snug fit. Yeah, I really like the shape. It fits really nice in your hand. And I have big hands, but I think this is still suited for pretty much everybody. And that's the one great thing that I found about this device, versatility. I mean, you want that mouth to lung style, that 0.35 ohm coil is going to be where you're going to live at. Although I have to say, being a direct to lung style, 0.35 ohm, excuse me. Being a direct to lung vapor though, I find the 1.2 coil with this adjustable airflow here to still work really well. Very generous mouth to lung draw, which is nice. I mean, there's versatility. You don't want to buy a product and outgrow it. So I mean, you have options. And if you open it up, you can see that the top unscrews from the battery and the tank. The coil is going to be attached. Nice, easy on and off so that you can change the coil or fill the tank. Threads are super smooth. Very nice, very clean. So yeah, you're just gonna pour your juice right in that hole there, and you can see it through the window. Max fill line there. Changing the coils is super easy. These slipstream coils just kind of pop in and screw. screw down. So you can see the threads at the top. And if you hear a little jingling in your coil, there's really nothing to worry about. It's just the way the coil is constructed. There are chambers on the outside of the coil where the air travels down through and back up to bring the vapor into your mouth. The design is the slipstream design, hence the name. And that kind of concerned me the first time I heard that. I was thinking maybe I got a bum coil, but it worked just fine. And the more research I did on it, you can kind of see where the gaps are on the side for the airflow. Maybe you can't see, but you can take my word for it. They're there. I wouldn't lie to you. That's just how it is. And it works great. So when you're changing the coil or you're putting a new coil in, obviously you're going to want to prime it. A few drops down the center, 1, 2, 3 drops will do ya. Let's go ahead and prime this guy up. And I got Forest Berry Fusion here today. Not usually a big fan of the fruits, but I really like Forest Berry. It's a great berry blend flavor, and it's kind of got a little bit of a sweet, creamy base to it. It reminds me of like a holiday, like Jell-O salad with whipped cream. Yeah, probably one of my favorites right now. So if you haven't checked it out, check it out. If you know about it, you know, stock up. Pick up a 40 mil, why not? So yeah, a few little drops right down there on the inside. Prime that coil up nice and good. You are going to want to let this sit for a few minutes after. The coil doesn't break in and wick automatically. So if you go ahead and start using it right away, you are probably going to get some burnt hits. And you don't really want to ruin your coil. Wick the sides up, throw a little juice on there, prime it up. So you're not going to be able to just set the coil there and screw it in. You're going to need to push in. And you'll feel it seat against the threads. And then righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, tighten that bad boy down. And it's on. Very easy to do. And you got to love that wide opening there. And it's clearly marked where the max line is. So as long as you don't go above that, you know, you're good. And I don't know if you can see it, but it has this rubber cup built into the bottom, and that helps contain the juice. So although it does have a top airflow, which is pretty much going to always guarantee no leakage in my experience, this cup built into the bottom of the tank, that's what it's designed for, and they advertise it that way. And I've never had any leakage, which is great. I just fill her on up. Nice wide open mouth for filling it up with that Forest Berry Fusion. Set it right on top, and you just screw it right back on. Simple to turn on. 1, 2, 3 clicks on, and you'll see it blinks green. And when you fire it, there we go, you can hear it. You might not be able to see it, but inside there are lights inside of the tank. So in addition to the little blue light next to the power button, the light inside of the tank is going to be your battery life indicator. Green for fully charged, or at least close to fully charged. Yellow for about half battery life, getting a little low. Red, the instructions say not to continue vaping on it once it's red. I drained it. I completely drained it. Probably not the safest thing to do, so I don't recommend that. They want you to charge it as soon as it's red, and I would have to agree that that's the best route to go, because when mine did turn red, I got about 6 or 7 puffs on it after the red indicator light came on, and that was it. Then it just shut down. I mean, so there's safety features in there, definitely. It also is able to control the wattage. It knows which coil is in there, built into the device, monitoring the output of voltage and wattage. The 1.2 coils, I believe, are 10 to 14 watts, and the 0.35 ohm coils are 20 to 40 watts. So this device has a lot of power, and it's able to regulate itself, which is great. I've never had any overheating. I don't experience any dry hits if I wick the coil properly. Like I said, it charges great, and the battery life on it's great too. I mean, Innokin builds great built-in battery devices. This is a 2000 mAh built-in battery device, and I'm getting at least about 6 to 8 hours off of it, and that's using the 0.35 ohm coil. So if you're using the 1.2 ohm coil, which is also a great coil, you're gonna get all day, which is great. Especially if you're trying to get off the cigarettes, you don't wanna be without your vape. Makes it a good all-day device. And like I said, it's durable and easy to use. What else can you ask for? So why don't we go ahead and go back up and vape on it a little bit and talk about it. All right, there the Pocketmod is all primed up and ready to go. Top airflow control ring, nice little resistance to it. Doesn't spin in a complete 360, which is always great. That really frustrates me, especially when you've got to unscrew this to get the coil off. You're just spinning and spinning, a pain in the ass. But yeah, I mean, nice little resistance there, not too much. Does break in a little bit. And let's go ahead and vape this. About halfway open, battery's on, fully charged. You can see the amount of vapor I'm getting out of this, and the flavor is really, really, really good. Like I said, Forest Berry Fusion is like my all-day vape right now. I can't put this down. Getting all those fruity notes, the blackberry, the cherry, the creamy base. I mean, very, very desserty, but fruity. So it makes a great all-day vape, and the Pocketmod really accentuates all those flavors. And it's compact. I can put this in my pocket. You can put it in your bag. You can put it wherever you want. It's nice and compact. It's tiny, easy to carry around, great battery life, and you can see the vapor production. The flavor is great. You're gonna have to take my word on that. Let's try it all the way open. I noticed that like halfway, I'm kind of getting that little bit of whistling noise, but the airflow is good, kind of nice and swooshy, not over, not too much. It's not too much. It's not overly done. It's well done. I'm just being picky, I guess, about the whistling, but all the way open, that's pretty much where I've been living on it. Let's go ahead and vape it and see how it is. You can kind of hear the turbulence, but it's a good airflow. So I mean, that might not be a con to you, and it really isn't that big of a deal. Like I said, the airflow works great. You're not really having to struggle to get something out of this, and it's very, very generous. And that's 0.35 ohms. I mean, we're not hitting those low ohms so we can chuck clouds, and we're still getting great vapor production. And you can see where your juice is at, and it's not a juice guzzler. I mean, I've been using this all day, and when I do, it's maybe 2 or 3 fills, and that's with the 0.35 ohm coil. So at 1.2 ohms, you are golden. So if you're trying to get off those smokes or just looking for a great compact device that you can carry with you wherever you go, pick up the Pocketmod at mtbankervapor.com. Available in 4 different colors. Make sure to get yours. If you haven't tried it, you gotta try that Forest Berry Fusion. It is a delight. Make sure to follow us on our social media channels and check out future product spotlight videos from Mount Baker Vapor. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.